All right, let's see. Trying to record and cool. All right, man. It's All Star Sunday. I got some surprises for y'all. If y'all can't tell, and if you can't tell, just look and see who I got with me. But before that, no drink of the day, no tea right now. But I do have something that's very near and dear to all y'all hearts, including mine, because it's All Star Sunday. It's HBCU centric, and me as a former Bowie State man myself, I figure I gotta tap into my HBCU, my inner HBCU person that I am. So I got some chicken right here, man. Now, hold on. One thing about it, listen, y'all seen the chicken chart. Y'all seen how I used to eat chicken years ago, and you see how I eat the chicken now. It's a progress. It's the day of progress reports. So I'm evaluating myself just like I'm evaluating each and every one of y'all. So this is where we at with it.
This is hilarious. He probably got all flats too.
Now I got one drumstick. It's only three. It's only three. I got one drum. Matter of fact, look, there you go right there.
All right.
Fresh out the air fryer, but
okay. Respect it. Fresh out the air fryer. Respect.
But being that you here and you don't even need no intro, but if you want an intro while I get myself together real quick, you can go right ahead.
Man, I go by Marcus, but some people who's close in the circle call me Kern. That's right, I said in the circle. Man, I got Cleveland, man, this cycle. It's been up and down, all cycle. Like I made been one playoff appearance so far. I'm trying to make another. Trying to not be not so inconsistent, be more consistent this year. Had a little help from a retired player, Reggie.
Help. You went to a quarterback camp?
A little bit, and going over some plays, just learning how to throw the ball better.
Okay.
Not be one side with the running game, but you know what?
Mm-hmm.
You have Nick Chubb. That man's a beast in the game without abilities. Just imagine if he had abilities.
Yeah. If the abilities was on, it'd be different.
I'm not trying to get Nick Chubb. How about this? I'm not trying to get Nick Chubb hit with another suspension again because last time he made, my boy Brian, aka B, retired from the game. I mean, 300 yards, 6 touchdowns. That was much
and 73 points. Like, hold on, because retirement is wild because we just had a retirement happen today. Happen today, and we gonna talk about it. But I got questions to ask you about Cleveland as well. Yeah. So, all that to come. But while we here, because what they know is they getting the progress reports, right? They're getting the progress reports. I got it for NFC and AFC teams, and I'll explain that. But what they don't know is that you hit me with this idea. Y'all been hitting me with some magnificent ideas lately, and what that idea was, because they've been asking, and you was like, nah. But you hit me with it, and I was like, all right, cool, let's do it then. So let me just show y'all. I can show y'all this better than I can tell y'all.
Yeah.
What we got here? Stay with me for a second. What we have here? All right. Can y'all see it? Matter of fact,
you posted in the chat?
Nah. I posted the Zoom already. I gotta share my screen real quick. So here's what we have, right? We have share that. All right, cool. So we got this spreadsheet right here.
Right.
And what they don't know, which I don't know, Nike Talk, what we got for y'all today, yes, it's actually happening. We got some mock draft. We got some mock
draft.
Let me back it out.
The version 1. Version
1.0. 1.0.
We're going to do 2 more before the draft.
Yeah, because, we got free agency. Got pro days. So it's a lot. We got trades possibly that may or may not happen. So it's
Yeah.
a lot to get into. But here y'all can see, and I'm hoping y'all can see this. Here y'all can see what's going on with the mock. Got Kemp on the left, you got myself on the right. Let me take that off. All right. So I'm gonna let you start. Like, well, actually, no, we can go through it together.
Yeah, we go. Yeah.
But yeah, so like you had just asked me, so I'll ask you on the air. What which picks do you think were like the hardest ones for you to make as I eat my chicken?
Um, right now it's like because the real hard part was like when you sit down and look at the players, then you look at the teams, and then you try to look at the team needs. And I've seen some teams like, okay, this player might fit here, this player might go here, but at the same time, it's going to be wild because trades is going to happen. This is seem like this draft is going to be one of the drafts that might have a lot of trades in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be an interesting draft. Like, because you can see the second pick can get moved. You might see the fourth pick get moved. You might see the sixth and the eighth pick. So it might be trades up and down. It's like, especially with teams that have second picks. So it's like the Miami second pick. It was like either you go with a running back or you go with the offensive line or you go defense. The Jets, the same thing. Go with another offensive line that should secure that offensive line for your future pick, or you might trade it and you know what I'm saying, and you might go defense. It's just one of those things like, okay, what's this team needs? Okay, this is what I'm looking at. This is why I feel like this player might fit the best on this team. So that's how I did my mock draft.
Yeah, no, it was good that you suggested no trades because if we had trades in this joint, it would have been all over the place.
Exactly. you see the professional mock draft like Mel Kiper and all them, they looking mad nutty right now.
Crazy. Like now, I looked at a couple just for like reference when starting off. I'm like, okay, just trying to kind of just getting a feel for what everybody else is thinking.
Right.
And I'm seeing like 4 or 5 trades in the first 32 picks. I'm like, nah, man, ain't no way.
That's what I'm saying. And that's like, it could happen. So I'm saying this could be one of the most trades in the first round in NFL history off this draft, because this draft it's kind of top heavy, but it's not like offensively. It's like, okay, you got solid receivers, but because of COVID, it fucked up a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So it's like a grab bag pretty much. But last year draft, at least they had the combine, you know what I'm saying? And they had some pro days.
Yeah.
But this year it's no combine. You got some pro days, but at the same time, people have to rely on the tape. And this was gonna show you the tape speaks for itself if you get picked in the first round. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, that's valid. And I'm kind of scared though, because when it comes to tape and my team signing players based off of tape, like why I'm thinking here at pick number 8, and we'll get to our selections in a minute. I'm thinking at pick number 8, I'm like, yo, why do we even need a quarterback right now? If you watch the tape from last year, if you watch the tape from the year before, you realize that Teddy Bridgewater wasn't a starter. But I'm trying to let that go. But
yeah.
I mean,
you had to sign somebody after you let Cam go. You let your best quarterback in French history go. So
but him though, like him, it's like, and what they've been saying is they've been citing the physical limitations. Y'all realize this man arm was broke before y'all signed him. He's not gonna grow an arm at 27 years old. I digress. Okay, back to the draft.
This the crazy part about this draft, like Deshaun Watson is a key. I don't give a damn what nobody say. If once Deshaun Watson gets moved, this draft will look much clearer.
Oh yeah, for sure. But
because it's like Carolina might get him, Jets might get him, Miami might get him. You know what I'm saying? You don't know until this draft, until he gets moved. And once he gets moved, this picture of this draft will get better, especially when it comes to the quarterback pitch.
Yeah, and the so with that being said, like you mentioned, with that being said, our picks again are subject to change, but here they are. So y'all see it. Y'all see, obviously,
The
Lawrence
first two picks we
Wilson.
agree. Yeah.
Yeah, but then we got a little differentiation at number 3.
Okay. See what it is, like the first two picks, like everybody like what it is, Trevor Lawrence, yes. See Trevor Lawrence in high school. Beast in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Issue is with me, Zach Wilson got so much fucking hype.
Yeah.
I don't get it. I don't get it. And people are like, oh, he's a quarterback. Okay, but he's at BYU. So cool. They didn't really play nobody this year. But at the same time, last year they played people and he didn't look so hot last year. So I mean not last year, but you know what I'm saying? But the year prior, his sophomore year. So what's the difference between he improved, but at the same time it's like, bro, you played a lot of bombs and it was a COVID year. So y'all didn't really play nobody heavy on good defense. And when y'all played a team good defense, y'all lost.
Yeah. And Zach Wilson had me like, because I thought, give it like maybe a month ago, I was like, we probably end up with Zach Wilson. But now it's like, it looks like it's almost like he's kind of cemented to go to New York, like unless something crazy happens with the pro days. But we both had them going 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So I thought for 3, with I had Devontae Smith going to Miami rather than Jamar Chase, and I just feel like when you got a quarterback that's like one of your guys, like Bama guy quarterback into it,
yeah,
why not bring him that receiver, especially considering that game winning touchdown, that they had for the championship. So that was the only reason really why I saw like. I definitely see if Chase goes to Miami, but I was like, maybe they throw a little curveball and go with Devontae.
Hey, he could go either way with that pick because I'm like, yeah, they could go offensive line or they can go receiver. I feel like they will go receiver first because they really don't have a legit number one. Like Devontae Parker is nice, but he's more of a number 2.
Yeah, he's a good 2 that had to play 1.
Yeah, and like if you get Smith, you can get him in the slot. So cool, you can work him in the slot and eat. But Chase is a true outside receiver. And you saw how he was cooking AJ Terrell in the championship game when he was like you saw how the fall off was with LSU receivers when they lost like only point that was left was like Marshall Jr. But when Chase wasn't there, Marshall Jr. stepped up and played well, but Chase is a huge difference.
Yeah, so I got Chase going a little later. I got him going to Detroit. But before we get to number 7, we got 4, 5, and 6. Justin Fields. To the Falcons.
Atlanta can't fuck this up, bro. Atlanta can't fuck this up. I swear to God, they can't fuck this up. If he's there, pick him. Fuck it. We need it for the city. We need a kid. It's like last time we had a black quarterback, the city was popping and we was featured national TV and all that. So, Justin Fields is a quarterback. They're going to have a huge chip on the shoulder, especially being the third quarterback taken when you was the number 1 guy coming out of high school and you beat Trevor Lawrence and you outperformed Trevor Lawrence 2 years in a row in the college playoffs. But I feel like his sophomore year, if Olivier didn't run the wrong route.
Man, if Olave didn't run the wrong route.
Yeah. It was a touchdown.
I don't know if we beat LSU the following week, but we'd have played them better than Clemson, I think.
Y'all would definitely play them better.
Because that was bad. But what made the difference for me in terms of like Fields or if y'all went Trey Lance, I think it's still subject to change, but before pro days, you kind of don't know. And if you do Fields versus Lance now, I think Fields is a better quarterback.
Yeah.
And certainly more, maybe better is the wrong word, but pro ready for one.
Yeah.
So, we had that. We had Panay going to the Bengals.
Which protects Joe Burrow.
Yeah, got to protect him, especially off that ACL. I think ACL and more.
But that's what happened though, because they didn't protect his bonds, and that's what happened to him.
Mm-hmm. So smart move there. Number 6, I think Kyle Pitts. is just what Jalen Hurts need.
You see, that's what I'm saying, because that's how I struggle with. But at the same time, Hurts played with Smith.
Right, that connection, right. Yeah.
And the difference is like, yeah, they just let Zach Ertz go, but they let Alshon Jeffrey go. So it's like tight end or receiver. Y'all, I'm like this. Who got no receivers?
Yeah. I mean, I think best case scenario, if they did
I'm like,
go
you really,
Pitts,
I'm just saying, do you really trust Rager?
no, not by himself.
That's their number one? No sir.
Nah. I think though with Pitts, what I was thinking, like ideally, probably best case scenario, he kind of like Jimmy Graham, where you can put him on the outside, you could put him, have him with his hand down.
Yeah.
So, but we'll see though. I mean, either way, Smith or Pitts.
The knock on Pitts that he's not a blocking, he can't block for shit.
Interesting. Do they have they have Goddard though? The Eagles do still, right?
Yeah, I got her, yes.
Okay. So maybe that'd be interesting. Yeah, maybe.
So when they go to like a shotgun flex, yeah, you can use Pitts that way. But at the same time, like, bro, Goddard is not bad, and he blocks and do everything he needs to do. But at the same time, I look at it like, what impact receiver do you have on that roster? And that's why I went with Smith.
Yeah, makes sense.
But your pick makes sense too. So
yeah, it's just one of those question marks, right? They could go either way, or they could do something that just surprise everybody.
Yeah.
So 7, you got Jalen Waddle going earlier than I do. I got Jamar Chase going later than you do, going to Detroit. Trey Lance, both of us got him going to Carolina. I pray he goes to Carolina because man, I pray he does. And I'd be cool with that. Like,
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, anybody, as long as Tommy John Teddy isn't starting, I'm fine.
I looked at it like the Waddle pick. I was like, okay, the 2 best receivers going off the board. Who's the 3rd best receiver?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's why it makes more sense for Detroit to go try to move his runner for like the next 5 years. So it's easier just to go with someone that's there.
Yeah, so we had that. Our corners at 9 and 10 are flipped, but we generally thinking on the same wavelength. You got Farley going to Denver, I got Farley going to Dallas, and vice versa for Patrick Surtain. 11, okay, number 11. Okay. This is where I got Jalen Waddle going because the Giants need somebody. Got another flash here. Got another more people might join as we go on.
Yeah.
But I got Jalen Waddle. You got Micah Parsons. That's a good pick though. Like, I didn't know where to put Parsons, honestly. Like,
Parsons
flip for me.
If you really look at it, the Giants don't have not a solid linebacker who could change the damn game.
True. Yeah, they've been needing somebody to impact that spot for a minute. Flash, can you hear us?
Because I'm like, Michael Parsons is a different. I went with Fairley at 9 because a lot like the way Denver plays defense, they need Fairley. The way Dallas plays defense, they play more of a man. And and with their new defensive coordinator, that's why I was like, I don't know if Dan Quinn's defense fits Fairley more than it fits Farley. You know what I'm saying? Fairley, because it's like, because Surtain can play man or zone, and they're gonna run that cover 3. So I feel like Surtain is more slotted there. But if the Falcons trade back, Surtain's going to Atlanta, bro.
Makes sense. So let's see. All right, then Niners need offensive line help. We got Slater going there. You got Pitts going to, that'd be good. Pitts with Herbert and and all them weapons.
This is why I did it, because what is it? Henry, he's gone.
Right, he is.
So what better replace Henry with a better version of Henry? This is a way better version of him. And he don't get injured. So I hope he don't have an injury career, but that's what I'm saying. Like, Pitts is the best tight end. and he will fit better in LA. But I like the pick you did with that though. Ver Tucker.
Vera Tucker, yeah.
Yeah. Tucker will help block for Herbert, but at the same time, you need that weapon more on the outside. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, they could be, I think, yeah, either one of them. I think what had me going more towards offensive line was the whole Trey Turner thing. And like,
Yeah.
But again, it goes back like, all right, why do we even trade him then? If they was gonna let him go for 1 year,
yeah.
But I ain't trying to go no Carolina tangent right now. Lord knows I got enough for that later on today. So we're gonna move right along.
Yeah.
So Minnesota 14, we both think they need help in the D line. You went with tackle, I went with N. Mac Jones to New England, potentially
he screams
at 15.
New England quarterback. He screams an New England quarterback.
And yeah, I mean, it's like, yeah, because I don't see any receiver unless somebody just happens to drop. I don't see any receiver that could just be there to help out their terrible wide receiver core. So it's like just get a quarterback and find a free agent, T.Y. Hilton or somebody maybe, and
or get Marvin Jones or something like that.
Yeah, somebody like that and go from there. J.C. Horn, we both had him going to Arizona.
No Pat Pete.
Yeah. Then looks like our Minnesota picks are in reverse for the Raiders. You got Rousseau going to Miami. I got Barmore going there.
We did reverse that.
Yeah, so we got them going to Vegas.
Yeah.
I got Micah Parsons going to Penn State. To Penn State. He went to
Miami.
Penn State. Got him going to Miami, yeah.
I picked that offensive tackle because to me, like he didn't really give up that much sacks. He was very solid, and at the same time, like I think he can block for Tua, especially on the right side because Tua is left-handed. So.
Yeah,
Darsaw, right tackle.
He'd be good for them. I had him going just like 2 picks later. Yeah. So it's very possible. 19. This is where it got fun for me because I'm looking at Washington. I'm looking at they obviously need a receiver to go with McLaurin.
Yep.
But it's like if your quarterback situation ain't even on solid ground. So I'm like Ron Rivera, physical coach, defensive minded coach, runs the ball. I got Najee going there.
I get it, but you see why I picked though, right?
That's but
the most hard hitting safety in the draft.
Warwick and coming off that behind that front four.
Exactly, he can run and play, and he can do whatever he needs to do. And that's why I'm thinking like they need a safety. They don't have a good solid safety,
right?
And they got a safety that can play multiple positions. That's the best one you can do right there right now.
Yeah, because both of them make perfect sense. Yeah. Let's see. Bears need, especially they talking about trading for Russell Wilson. You're gonna need all the offensive line help you can get. We both got them making offensive line picks. Right. Tyson Campbell, corner from Georgia, both we have going to the Colts. Yeah, good. Tennessee was tricky for me too, because you can speak on it first and I'll follow up.
OB's little brother.
Yeah.
He's nice. He's nice, he's versatile, and he fits what Tennessee needs. And like who they got on the other side besides Adoree?
Is Logan Ryan even? I mean, not that Logan Ryan's the answer, but is he even there still?
I don't think he's old, and you need another dude that's rangy who can play multiple positions in the secondary. So that's why I went with OB's little brother. Yeah,
especially when you got Carson Wentz coming to the Indy, you got Lawrence presumably going to Jacksonville. Wouldn't hurt to have some corners that can defend the pass or two, especially young ones. So. I think where we at Tennessee. Yep. I had Zayvon Collins because I think if they do end up losing Clowney, I think he can develop into something that's kind of like it, or kind of like him.
Yeah, come off that edge quick.
So Tennessee, it's a tricky team, but I like them though. I like Tennessee. I like how they play ball. Yep. Then going down. Or attempting to go down, at least on this order. Pause. Got the Jets. You got the Jets taking Owusu Koromoa. I got them going to edge with Aziz. Like, again, like luxury either way, I feel like.
Yeah. Especially because they both come off the edge, though, for real, though.
Yeah, especially when and that's their second pick of the round. So yeah, that's that.
Yeah,
24 Pittsburgh. You got Najee, which is also good going to Pittsburgh. I think
I'm
with
surprised you picked that though.
with Tevin Jenkins.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Villanueva is talking about either leaving or switching positions, and I know Pouncey retires. So I'm just like, if y'all gonna bring Ben back and he ain't the Ben of '05 or even 15 for that matter, like,
also I could see them reaching for Landon Collins. So
hmm,
the
interesting.
center from Bama. I mean Landon
Yeah,
Dickerson. Yeah, my bad. Dickerson, yeah, but he's a good center. So he's a second rounder. I got him as a second rounder, but I can see Pitt reaching for that to replace Pouncey because he's solid. He is legit solid.
yeah, and guaranteed, like somebody's going to reach for something, like in this in this draft, like it probably multiple teams. Just a matter of seeing who it's going to be.
Yep.
But Pittsburgh, man, I don't know, man. I feel like it's like their last stand this season coming up.
Yep.
Let's see. So then
Yeah.
after that, got Jacksonville. Both of these I think, would be good too.
Yeah.
Because
Because Tony Fitz would be a nice player that can stretch the field for them. But I just went Xavier Collins because they literally truly miss a player
Telvin Smith.
and he's fits that Telvin Smith role for them.
Yeah, and when I saw that on yours, that's the first thing I thought was like sideline to sideline, like can do it all. I picked Kadarius Toney here because I think he's already a guy that I think one of these teams in like the later teams might reach and pick him, but like I could see Miami doing it depending on how their draft goes. But I think he's gonna be one of them guys that have the good pro day. He already got the hype. His pro day gonna only help him, and rather than like,
because if he runs that 4.27, it's a wrap. He's gonna
it's a wrap, and he probably go higher in 25. But I figure Lawrence needs a target to come in with him because you got to pay Chark next year. I know all the receivers are kind of like besides like Chenault and I think Dede Westbrook, but
that's it.
Yeah,
get paid.
Yeah, exactly. So figure, shoot, why not get maybe the fastest player in the draft on a rookie deal to go with your rookie quarterback and a new coach? Like that'd be somebody taking Jacksonville in terms of Nike talk. Somebody taking Jacksonville early.
I can see it.
Yeah,
I can see it.
So then Cleveland, boy, they gotta get some pressure on the quarterback. We both got them getting pass rushers.
Yep.
Baltimore, I started to go offensive line for them, but then I thought, like, I just remember
they need a receiver.
Yeah, like I remember, like Hollywood can't do it the way that a true number one needs to do it.
He's not a number one. I don't know why everybody thought he was a number one coming out. I was like, no, bro.
Yeah, he's a one by default, but really, like he needs that big body to go on the other side of him. And
exactly. Only reason I went offensive line because of the issue, and Orlando Brown don't want to be there.
Yeah, and honestly, my first choice was offensive line, but I was like, they gonna do something crazy. I feel like, and one of these teams are. So I'm like, I feel like they might try to do like a draft day trade because they've been good at trades for years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I could definitely see both. I think I forgot who I had going to Baltimore before I changed it. I think what's the dude's name? Lakewood from Alabama.
Yeah, I can see that.
I had him at first before I swapped him out for Terrace Marshall.
Yeah, Leatherwood. I think that's the name, Leatherwood. Alex Leatherwood.
Yeah, Leatherwood. There it is. And I know he can play either side too, so that maybe that's what they actually do.
Yeah.
Now, I do not want this next pick. I don't think either of us do, but I mean,
it makes sense. It makes sense.
It does make sense
because they've been missing he's their Brandon Cooks. They haven't been really explosive without Brandon Cooks right receiver. Yeah, they try to do it with Smith, but no, Smith ain't that.
Smith. I'm forgetting his first name. Like I'm drawing a blank, and that's kind of descriptive of his game.
Yeah.
Um,
He might show up every once in a while to surprise you, but he ain't consistent. And I'm like, Michael Thomas have something to prove, not be called slant boy. But guess what? Nigga, you slant boy. I don't care what the fuck you say. You slant boy for the rest of your career.
oh man, if he went on that team, I'd defend him, but I can't defend his guys.
It's the truth. He's slant boy, man.
Yeah,
all his catches came off of slants, and people try to throw these PFF stats. He's like, nah, man. Most of the game he runs slants. Let's keep it a buck.
It's like, what's 150 catches if you only averaging 11 yards a catch?
Not 11. It's under 11 sometimes.
Yeah, like that might be nice. Yeah, 11 yards might be nice. I think, yeah, but it's no different than when like people say Robbie Anderson had a career year for Carolina, and I'm like, y'all look at his yards, but you don't see that his yards per catch went from 15 to 11 because Teddy can't throw. But
he was breaking a lot of stuff though. That's what I said. He had to run extra yards. He had a lot. His yak went up this year, but
like I think like 600 yards a yak, maybe more than that.
His yak went up, but it's different.
Yeah, but Kadarius for them though, that would be nice. But
it fits them.
Yeah, with Traquan Smith, that's the dude's name, right?
Yeah.
Traquan Smith and Michael Thomas. I think they'll just fall into getting Quiddy Pages because he just fell and they get the best player available, maybe. Green Bay. Yeah. Green Bay, another team that could definitely use another wideout, but I think that Tampa game kind of exposed them. And I just think they go offensive line, but I could see somebody like Bateman going to Green Bay.
Bro, the only reason everybody like, the Tampa Bay defense line, no. What fucked them up is fucking A-Rod got locked in on only fucking Adams, man. He didn't trust no fucking body else.
Yeah, that's it. And he be holding the ball like forever.
He be looking. He was looking, and guess what? He legit was locked in the red zone only for Adams. Even though other receivers were open, he was just locked in on Adams. And that tells you like he don't have enough trust in his other receivers. So I was like, if you get Bateman, maybe Bateman is used to he used to the cold weather because he played in Minnesota and Minnesota plays outside. And he's not like the fast like Devontae Adams, but guess what? He gets the fuck open.
Yeah, can't deny that. I think what was I going to say? Like I like Lazard, but Valdez-Scantling, everybody. I mean, even Lazard is like kind of a little iffy at times, but yeah. I mean, a receiver certainly wouldn't hurt him. Buffalo, I think it's clear they're going defense. That's just despite Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs, that team is rooted in defense. And yeah,
I feel like they need another D tackle to go with Ed.
Yeah, and I was looking at it. I think this is a kind of another case for me in terms of like somebody just kind of slides a little bit. And I figure if you have Edmonds with Koromora, be kind of hard to stop.
Yeah, I can see that. I definitely can see that. Oh man, that would be stupid. That would be so stupid. Like, God dang, this defense is ridiculous fast for no reason.
Then
that's how I looked at it. KC, offensive line, bro. Without the original offensive line, you saw that man running for his life.
I was gonna say, like that way, if all 5 of their linemen get hurt, they got at least one to protect them.
Exactly. That's what I was looking at.
I think these last two, maybe more so Phillips than Perkins on my side, but I think Phillips is another guy that could go like top 20, top 25.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But just fell to him, and I think they need a little more pressure as well. So I could see either one of their lines. I think is the answer to go to for KC.
And plus, like I'm like, they D line is getting old.
Yeah,
they don't have nobody else on the other side of Chris Jones. So I understand the Jalen Phillips pick. It'll make sense if Jalen Phillips go to KC, But me choosing the Bucks going edge because they need a fucking edge guy because they're gonna lose Barrett.
I think so too. And I'm not even so confident in the Ronnie Perkins, but I'm like, you need somebody, and that's like at that point probably like the best edge you're gonna find at the back of the first round, at the end of the first round.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's kind of where they need to go to keep their repeat hopes alive, I guess, or to start them off right rather.
Right. But at the same time, I just hope like Jaden Phillips falls a little bit further in the second round. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, so you go to Atlanta?
Yeah. But hell, if Uzier is there in fucking the second round, I'm happy. Like,
right.
Like it's certain players, like if they like in this first round, I can see slipping. Like Payne, I can see slipping in the second round. It all depends on what they decide to do.
Yeah. So there it is. Y'all see Mach 1.0. I'll screenshot him and keep a running record. I guess we do the second one in this March. So we can do the second one maybe, I don't know, in a couple of weeks, something like that.
Yeah, a couple of weeks. We can do it in a couple of weeks.
We can move it. And yeah, so that's it. That's for the 1.0. Now, let's get back to some other business real quick. Let me not share this screen no more. And we back. Okay.
Yep.
Now, I'm gonna chop these up and I'll do this part 2 after that. I think the mock can kind of stand alone. But why are you here, Kemp? Why are you here? I gotta ask. I got questions.
What's up?
All right, man. Run me through the history. Let me know if I'm getting anything wrong. So you joined Nike Talk, right? You joined Nike Talk in the first cycle, but you were like in like the third season or something like that.
Yeah, third season. Yes.
Okay,
I took over Tebow's team.
Yeah, so came in taking over Tebow. The next season you had Tampa Bay. You were with me that year that I went 16-0 and didn't do nothing with it. It is what it is. No.
Sorry, dog.
It's all good, man. It's all good now. But then the following year, though, man, 17, you start this trend that I was talking about the other day with Kenny. In my opinion, you start this trend of Green Bay being the startup for players looking to come up on the rise in the ranks of Nike Talk.
Yeah, that was like my best cycle ever in my life.
Yeah, like, matter of fact, shoot, yeah, you can go ahead and talk about it for a second. I gotta look at something real quick.
What it was is like, I was like, okay, I know I'm not gonna be Atlanta this year because Dez has a higher pick, so he's gonna pick Atlanta. Cool. I didn't want to Tampa Bay again because Tampa Bay didn't make no improvements, pretty much. And I was like, what's the best team available?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, shit, Green Bay, Aaron Rodgers. I know how to run the ball. Right. I just need a quarterback to sling that shit correctly. And I just like, all right, fuck it. I got Green Bay. I started off terrible. My first season, I was like 0-7. Then I went on a 9-game winning streak, and that's when I started beating like some of the best team players in the league that year. It started like I think the first game started off with C's, upset C's. They turned around, beat Reggie. They turned around, just beat. And then I started wiping out the rest of my division. And people was like, "The fuck is going on here?"
That Will Fuller.
That Will Fuller trade came through in the clutch, bro.
Man,
like I think because what it was, I made a deal with Reggie, and it was like, "You overpaid for Will Fuller." I'm like, "No, the fuck I didn't."
Now, yo, C's.
C's looking lost.
What up?
Nigga out these New York streets.
Man, shoot, man. We sitting here doing a mock 1.0. I got the progress reports coming. I think I'm gonna end this episode shortly and then do another one. But yeah, man.
The mock is there.
Why you
the
here?
The mock is done.
yeah, the mock is done. The 1.0 is done. But while you here, C's, I gotta say, I got this one time salute for the championship run. You said it was Drew Brees, and that's a perfect example. It was way more Drew Brees and Trent Dilfer. So I mean,
word.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. I appreciate that. It's much deserved, but then it's the truth. I know who I am. Before that, I was J.R. Smith, right? So the win just solidifies that I'm one of a kind in terms of offensive mind. I can put a great game plan together. Can I execute it? Not all the time, but
you executed against me when we played, damn it, because I sure was pissed off with my defense.
Yeah. But you know what? Both Super Bowl runs that I've had, I've gone on a 10-game win streak or more. The first one with Seattle was like that, and this one too. But that doesn't mean much.
No,
The dub is what matters.
I was literally looking at that run. I was like, oh, look at C. He finally came through. Look at him.
You have no idea.
I was excited to potentially have that game versus you because we never played. Oh no, we played in the playoffs once, but this was different though. Like I knew from the time I wasn't able to play. I'm watching, I'm looking, seeing the rest of the NFC, and I'm like, okay, not only and what made it better even for you, what made a good thing great was that all the heavy lifting, like me, Mark, and Ty had to beat each other. I'm like, man, I come back from this.
But you know what?
It was hot.
I was the 2 seed, so that was the benefit of being the 2 seed. So
true.
I got I can only play my schedule, and I just benefited from it. And yeah, definitely, I benefited from you guys having to beat each other up. But then at the same time, I did beat Ty and Dave, who I actually own in the playoffs. He's never beat me in the playoffs, so it's why.
David.
That's surprising.
Yeah, because I remember that. That's Philly Seattle days right there. I remember that.
Yeah. So anytime we played in the playoffs, for whatever reason, I've been able to outmatch them. But I guess it's because of the gameplay. Like I actually, for playoffs, I actually sit and review film and shit, so I can kind of pick it apart.
You go 0 dark 30.
Word. and I was. Nobody noticed, but I was during that time, and then it's just great, man. I'll tell you one thing, like. Retto, you've been in the Super Bowl, but it's nothing like finishing the job. Like I probably won't get another one. Like I probably won't get another chance because if you really think about it, it's been like 5-6 years, and so that's like 30 plus seasons and one shot. So hey, Toronto, man, anything happens. I got the Kawhi moment. I picked the Niners. I had the team ready and I executed. Fucking 40 TDs and 17 interceptions. It was just the perfect season, for me.
Yeah, especially coming from, because I remember way back when Russell with the 60 plus INTs and all that. Like
that was a wild ass statistic.
Yeah, but you know what? With that team, it was more like, sure, I'm gonna turn it over. I'm gonna get it back. Because that's when I had Bobby Wagner and Pierre Lewis. And I would just fucking dominate the middle of the field. So, it's a blessing.
Yeah.
When y'all posting Mach 1?
Oh, it's recording live right now. So when it's over, I'm gonna just go straight to YouTube and put it up there. Flash came in for a second. You came in for a minute. I'm gonna have to do a part 2 maybe after the All-Star games. I know everything about to start shortly, but.
Yeah,
that's when I'm gonna get into the progress reports though. But I kind of well, not really spoiled yours, but we kind of talked a little bit about yours. So I can say you got a good report coming. It's only spoiler report. It's only 3 A's, and the A's went to the champions. So everybody else.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I'm trying not to be too generous out here.
Man, I'm sitting at a seat.
I agree. Hey, you deserve it because you had every opportunity to dominate that division. So,
Hey man, I told you my passing is not elite, man. So I still working on it, man. Still working on it. Can't deny that run game though.
Yeah, but what good is that run game when you down 17?
Plug away, dog. Still keep plugging away. That's the only thing you can do. Just chip, man. It's gonna annoy the fuck out of people, but guess what? It works.
Now I got questions for both of y'all. Kemp, you're gonna have a longer answer, so I'm gonna ask you a second. See, I had to. Oh, is that Chris that was trying to get in? But while I'm figuring that out, I meant to say this a while ago, but now that you're here, I can say it. I was going to say it later on, but the most beautiful thing about this is that when you after you won after you won the championship, you like you talking to let whoever have it, including me, and I had nothing but respect for that. Like it was like the energy. I felt the energy and all that, and it's like I could see kind of how that energy translated from like in various discussions with whoever, and you like, man, I got a chip. Like, what you talking about? Got my
Yeah,
face. Compared
yeah,
and seeing it on the field with how you were stretching the defense out and just having everybody basically like off balance. I was like, he doing something.
yeah, yeah. Again, it's once like season 2 came around and it's like, ah, damn, like I'm not ready to get off the high. But then I'm like, all right, I know how to now. I know what to do. I know the situations that I've been in that will get me to where I need to go. So it is what it is. I only got one more hump, man, and it's to beat Mark in the playoffs.
And I
That's
think
that's that's my only one. So, we hopefully we can play this season, and that's it. That's my goal. It's not my Super Bowl. I want another one. I want more. I want 5 really, but you know, it's gonna take a while.
this NFC though, and I'm trying to say too much about it because I'm about to just do the second one later tonight. But that NFC is looking fun, and with
Yeah,
you, I put it just in the tier. Ty, you no order. Ty, you, Kenny, and Mark. I just want to see that play out. Whoever else is 5 through 7, don't
yeah,
even matter. But
yeah,
those 4 though, including yourself, that's gonna be fun to see.
yeah. I
It's a
can't wait, man.
wow.
I mean,
It's wow.
I'm trying to set myself up. So again, I miss Mark and Ty. Like if I can, Mark, old Mark with a C.
Yeah,
If I miss either him or Ty in one of those rounds, we good. But that's what I'm working on right now. I don't think me and him gonna be able to play though. So
I
he's
saw
gonna be
that.
one up. He's gonna
Yeah.
be one up. He
Nah.
can't play at 8:45, but
Mark
it is
got
what it
one.
is.
You don't understand. This man go to bed mad early now. Like he's super washed.
Hey,
I don't know what the fuck happened to him, but he
Dang.
go to bed mad early now. Like
hey,
he's 60.
I can't knock it, man. I'm here stressing over trying to play in a 2-hour window, so I get it. Like it's not that big a deal.
So now for you, Kemp, going from world champion to the guy that always says you ain't got no championship, so we on the same level. Now I gotta ask you, what's going on, man? Like hold on.
Oh, see, he's one up on me. I can't
No, no,
say
no,
nothing
no,
now.
no, no,
I can't
no,
say. I can't say.
no, not that. We know that because he won up on me too.
Yeah.
We know that. I'm
Yeah.
talking about this. This is what the people want to know. Yes, we got another guest coming in. This is what the people want to know right now. Why is it? Because you start this blueprint of Green Bay. You make them the startup team. Everybody goes to the NFC North now to get their clout. You see what you did it. It's been other people that did it too. But why is it, Chris? What's good?
What's
Why
good with
is
you?
it that you go to these divisions like the AFC North where nobody's good? Twan is not good. Speedy's not good, but he beat Twan.
He beat Torn twice.
Yeah, swept him. But that's for later. I got something to say about that. But Steelers, you beat B, and now Steelers is 4-4. But I'm like, this is time for you to separate because in my opinion, you should have 11, 12 wins every season in that division alone. What's up? Like why we not hitting this next level the way that we should have been 3-4 years ago?
Because I like be like.
Did his shit go?
And sometimes I try to press some shit sometimes, and I like sometimes I get in my head and I get out of my game plan. Like, if I'm seeing the ball running and I'm seeing it working, at the same time I need to start throwing. I need to mix it up because people will start putting 8 men in the box and stuff like that. But I fuck up. I admit to right now. Like when I went to the playoffs, I was like 10-6. I think, when I went to the playoffs this year. And I was like, some of those games I could have won. I just get out of my head and stop running the ball with Big Chubb. Like when I was playing against Kenny, he had a hard time stopping me. But at the same time, I felt like I needed to start throwing the ball, and that's when the game changed. And like when I was playing against Mays in the playoffs, it was just going back and forth until I decided to throw the fucking ball. And like I said, I overthink shit, and it fucks with me. I fucks with myself when I keep on overthinking shit, and that's what helped hurt my development. So like, if I see somebody open, release it. Don't sit here and tell that person butt ass naked. I know it's not in the game. I'd be trying to wait till somebody who's butt ass naked open to reach the ball. But fuck it now. I'm like, you know what? It is what it is. My record is a little bit better, but I got to focus on Mike to this week. So we'll see. 7-1. He's going to complain about me being on D-line, but that's what I do. All right? That's what I do. I won't be on the defensive line. Miles Garrett, Owens, fucking Nogby. We all going to be on that line coming after his ass with Deshaun Watson. Period.
Now that you mention that, it's an automatic must watch. But what were you, 5-3 right now?
Yeah, I'm 5-3 right now.
All right, man. Come on, man. Because
I'm winning the division. No.
Hold on. No. This was going to happen. Because this happens all too often. You get that 4 seed, and whoever's the number 5, and it's historically been this way. Whoever's number 5 is just like, I got a bye week, and I'm looking at the situation in the AFC, and David or Flash is going to be the 5 more than likely, and I can guarantee you they're looking at it like more so David, but they're looking at it like, yo, it's cake. I might as well be the 1. It's cake. What we going to do to improve the situation right now?
First of all, I'm not trying to be the fucking 4th seed. I'm trying to be the 3rd seed or 2nd seed. But at the same time, the AFC East is not like that far out. The leader is not that far ahead of me that much. So I can actually jump to the 3rd seed.
Oh, that's why they got 2 parts to this story, Kern. That's why they got 2 parts.
I said the East is not that far ahead of me.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you good. Go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. I got you, but I'm like, right now, I'm the 3rd seed. I'm not the 4th seed. I'm the 3rd seed right now.
Are you the 3rd seed?
Yes, I'm the 3rd seed. I'm not gonna catch fucking Flash because Flash is 7-1.
Okay. All right.
The 5th seed is fucking is Jeremy. The 7th seed is Dave. The 6th seed is Mike, and that's why I was saying, like, this could be, I could see Mike again like that. So it's gonna be between.
That's probably your best bet, playing Mikey, I think. But
or I play Jeremy again, and I'm like, I owe Jeremy. I owe fucking Jeremy. I owe fucking Jeremy.
All right, Chris, let me ask you, man.
Thank you.
Let me ask you real quick why you in here. I'm trying to process this cycle for you. And when I was doing the progress reports, I kind of did it like in terms of like the whole cycle and kind of like what we can expect. Now I know you had like a bit of you had to make up some ground with like New England because the Jets are just the Jets. But now you got the weapons, I feel like. So where we at?
Okay, so one thing I've learned in this game, especially since we're playing with no abilities on, cornerback matters. If you have a shutdown cornerback, it eliminates and helps so much. Like, I don't know if you, especially in that last game that I played Kenny, he didn't really play me that well. Most of his touchdowns came from busted coverage, from my cornerback trying to press, and he threw a 99-yard streak. He did a 98-yard streak.
Really?
That Amari Cooper touchdown in the first half, one half on the goal line. That was just, I played cover one Robert thinking he was gonna win. It was just a streak. And he like beat the guy back. So I've been struggling with my cornerback play. They've been playing kind of inconsistent. You know, over that 5-game streak, I played Mark, Flash, Jeremy, who else I played? Mays, and Kenny.
It's a good
Mark
stretch.
And Jeremy, I literally lost at the last minute. I brought Kenny to overtime. Flash whooped the shit out of me. I can't. I don't have the cornerbacks to really match the 99 speed demons he got.
True.
And he takes shots. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like I gotta pick my poison. And then with Mays is just Mays. I beat him the last 2 times. He got me this time. It's always those games. So I'm not really too concerned. The great thing about all 5 of those games, I learned something that my opponent does. That if I catch them, I can adjust and what to expect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The thing with Kenny, I was able to shut him out in the second half. You know what I'm saying? For the most part. And I went on like a 17-0 run. But I just had a bad, fortune of luck. I'm doing a lot better offensively. I mean, I think I showed you the point differential. While I'm in 3rd place, you see that I'm the only one with 65-point differential. And then the people ahead of me, one nigga retired. And then I beat him, so I wasn't really worried about him.
Right.
And Will, he has like -14. The thing is, my schedule is significantly.
Your schedule is retarded.
Yeah, I play like the top 5 players like consistent, and
it's a dominant.
But I'm not too mad. Yeah, I lost 5 games. I mean, Ike was saying, "Oh yeah, Chris lost 5 games. He lost 4 games," but I lost 4 games to high caliber players, and most of those games came down to the wire. Yeah, it's 5 games, but at least I ain't lose to Bilbo. You know what I'm saying? Not to knock Bilbo, because Bilbo actually
got blown out by Bilbo.
I watched that game. Bilbo played a hell of a game.
Yes, he did.
He mixed up his coverage as well. He took his time. He made the right reads and right adjustments. I'm gonna give Bilbo his credit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you can't brag about winning all these games just to lose in the first round of playoffs.
Right.
And not to make an impact. Regular season don't really matter.
True.
You know what I'm saying? As long as you get to the playoffs and you get to the end, you get to the end. Last year with David, that ended pretty badly for me, but that was because you saw it in the Super Bowl. It's hard to try to pass when your receivers getting pressed at the line, defensive ends are shedding instant blocks. You know what I'm saying? And you have, these speed demons he has. Unfortunately, attributes do matter to a standpoint. And while you can play as well as you want, sometimes it just doesn't work out in your favor. Today I played Jesus. I had 7 turnovers.
I saw that score. I didn't see the game yet, but I saw the score.
I had 7 turnovers, and it was like it made up for the 5-game losing streak where I kept dropping picks or I'm recovering fumbles, but they were running out of bounds. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I was moving the ball. I was able to run. I think the biggest thing and the biggest reason why I am losing is I haven't been running the ball well. I've been getting caught up on that little hitch where, they try to run and then all of a sudden they try to go to another hole and then they kind of freeze.
Yeah.
That's been my biggest enemy this cycle. Like last year, I can just hold the modifier button and then I can precisely move to the holes that I want and not get caught up. Because of it, I've missed out on large games, large games. But like I said, I'm not tripping. It's Madden. I make adjustments.
This Madden is terrible.
It's terrible. I gotta take what I take. And then starting with the Jets, how many players do you know would have made the conference round? In the 3rd year with the Jets. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not many. They got people still struggling building teams.
Right, which is insane.
So you just gotta take the good with the bad. In terms of how I see myself, all I gotta do is split with Will and went out, and the rest is okay. Unless Will does some unprecedented things as being said, have someone else who controlling the sticks.
Share play.
He's share playing. I think I should be fine. And I played it in another league, and I was dominant in that game. I think I'm getting better. I think the big thing too was I was missing my right guard in that 5 games, and he's 87 overall. I had a 73 right guard who couldn't block to save his life. It allowed so much on that right side that it just kind of disrupted the flow. And playing Jesus with him back in, it made a big difference.
Yeah.
So you're gonna see, hopefully you're not gonna wood, I don't suffer any,
yeah, let's hope not.
Or any some bugs, but I feel pretty good.
All right. quick side note, I don't know if you caught the beginning, but there's just you'll appreciate this. I'm working on it. Like when I'm done, I got you. Like no, it's gonna be satisfactory. But yeah, like I'm that AFC with both of y'all being in position to make moves and maybe make a run. Like I'm looking forward to it. The NFC is kind of like NFC, I think, got more parity, but the AFC, of course, has it's the tougher side. But y'all, I think both of y'all could maybe y'all mess try meeting the wild card round for all I know. Like depending on how things go, maybe not. Maybe y'all both on y'all divisions.
I got Will in my schedule, so it's gonna be interesting. That's close to the end. Yeah, I got Will close to the end of my schedule. I think I got him week 15 or 16.
Yeah, you better show up.
Yeah,
I showed up last time. And Will was like, "Man, I was in the playoffs. I beat him."
I mean, that's what it is, man. When at the end of the day, you guys just take your L's, bro. Like the game sucks. Yeah, there are things that so I think I was explaining what happened on that last play against Kenny.
Mm-hmm.
I put the man because I noticed what he was doing. He was kind of slanting or running in routes with that single side receiver. So I decided to put him on man, just to kind of bait him in. However, when he changed the play or audible the play to a bunch formation, it flipped the hot routes, and I wasn't aware. So unfortunately, the corner route was uncovered, as opposed to that single side, because I would have, obviously manned up or took away, what I'm saying, his that look. But I mean, shit, it is what it is. I don't even know how, because I was actually playing Jesus. I still don't know exactly why the game kind of shifts the coverage. You know what I'm saying? When you don't do anything, and it's like you gotta constantly check, because there ain't no fucking honor in this fucking league. You got motherfuckers doing playmakers and shit like that on third down.
Please speak on that.
I was going to ask hilarious, bro.
Okay, so I'll admit, even I did a playmaker earlier in the game. It was not intentional, because I had it on but it was third down. And once I realized I did the playmaker, I was like, fuck, I got to throw the ball away because, the game, I basically blew the play. Right. So, I threw it away, punted the ball. So when I was playing him and he started rolling to that coverage, rolling to that open space, I crashed down on him. And I'm like, okay, well, the league rules say you can't playmake, right? I would have stood consistent with the receiver. So when he changed and I saw like the little invisible circle, I'm like, is this motherfucker playmate? But I didn't look into the chat. But for me, I felt like I was building momentum at the time because I may have sacked them. And I think it was like 3rd and 17. So you know how Madden is. It runs on momentum. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I could have got a fumble. You know what I'm saying? I could have got a sack. I could have returned the punt. You know what I'm saying? And literally, I saw with Wilson. 1 minute didn't change the context, but that's the what ifs. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't know that. It literally went to overtime. And we literally that last minute in the fourth quarter showed that we both scored to bring the game into overtime. Like we don't know what this game, it operates on logic and a random number generator. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
I didn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because what if he scored? Then he's like, well, I know I shouldn't have done that, but I scored. Oh well. You know what I mean?
Right. You can't go back and change it.
You can't go back and change it. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna do what we need to do to get wins. I'm like, man, there's no honor in that. You know what I'm saying? There's no honor, bro. Yeah, it is, bro. And that's why I'm saying, it conflicts me, because then I'm like, man, it's like juice. You know what I'm saying? And it's the MLB. If motherfuckers taking steroids, but I'm out here, I ain't fucking keeping up with them. You know what I'm saying? And in this case, I've discovered a lot of the reasons why I do picks against Mark, against Kenny and stuff like that. They don't honor their zone assignments. You know what I'm saying? Especially like that big half zone with the safety cover 2.
Right.
So case in point, I think I did a play action in which a post route was coming. Well, I knew Mark was playing the safety on the right side, and I ran out to the tight end, thinking like he was going to honor his assignment, but he broke his assignment and went back in as a cover 1 robber. I wouldn't have made that pass if I knew he was going to do that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that has been a trend of late, and it's like you gotta kind of adjust to it, you know what I'm saying? You kind of gotta play like that, because if you try to play as clean as you can, it basically puts you at a disadvantage.
It does.
That makes any sense. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if like I'm gonna put it up there, like if motherfucker is literally running the same coverage or he's running the same type of plays, then you need to do what you have to do to get him out of that. If you gotta drag a motherfucker to death, you drag him to death. You know what I'm saying? You make him adjust so that he can continue. But you know, at the same time, you know, can't cry about it because it leaves the space open.
Yeah, and that's what I was talking with Mikey about. Like when we had the ability zone last year, and I had the X factor in the NFC Championship, the first one that we played, and I was too nice. Like I didn't use it. I'm like, no, I want to win without having used it. Like that's why. I mean, I can't say that's why I don't have no championship, but that's just
you have no championship because Matt don't like you.
No, I don't honestly, I don't have no championships because there's only one. All right, I say this: the 2 games, the game against B, I fumbled the opening kickoff, and I never recovered from that. The opening kickoff, and I was like, uphill battle. But if you look at it schematically, like I outplayed him, but I didn't have the points. Chris, the game we played, the fumble, like I was fumbling like crazy, but it was my fault because I had got to that Super Bowl. I wasn't like as confident in season 5 as I was in like season 2 or season 4 in terms of throwing the ball. So I remember I played the divisional round against Flash, like ran the ball with Denard Robinson and Jerick McKinnon. Like I think each of them had like 20 carries or something. Cam went through the ball like 11 times. Like I wasn't really feeling it. But that came back to haunt me when the fumbles happened with Cam. But we was up 13 and you came back and more importantly, you made it work. After that game in the same season where, you know, I think it was like 20-14, but it was just 2 different games that we played in that Super Bowl. But generally, the reason why I haven't won a championship yet is because my offense has not played the way that it's capable of playing in any of those 4 games. I'm only averaging, last time I did the math, I think I'm only averaging like 15 points in the Super Bowl. Like it don't matter if I hold Mays to 3 field goals and no touchdowns, which I'm going record and say nobody else is ever going to do. But it don't matter because I lost. I scored the 1 touchdown, but I didn't. 4th and 1, we didn't get it. So it's you know, it's whatever. Like it's just what it is at this point. But it's the context and all of it. And I know the day I get 25 or more or 24 or more in the Super Bowl, I'll win. But until then, here we are.
You think that's the magic number?
Yeah, when I get over 24, my little formula. When I get over 24, if I'm under 24, I have a great chance of losing. If I'm over it, I probably won't.
Yeah, I respect that.
But
because you got ball control.
Well, like not even. I feel like I evolved from that. Like I can go back to it, but I think the main thing is just I think I be trying to be too perfect in the Super Bowl because I think about it and it's like I want to come out had the cleanest game to make up for the last 4 that I didn't win. So I want to come out and just erase all of it in one game, and that's what I get caught up in. Where it's just like, yo, just play, like just not the game.
I don't game. I get in my head and I just like overthink shit, and it just comes and bless my ass, and that's how I be losing some games that's close. Like the old. Like I had a game once 10 times. Like I showed you the DMs. Dude was DMing me every fucking.
Like, I seen that.
Crying this play limit from me. I can't defense. That's the reason why you scored. Then after the game, he like, I still won though. I was like, bro, I saw what you was in. Hit OBJ on the eye, but I'm like, I let you win because I'm like, dude, crying the whole fucking time.
Man,
That's what calling me out my name and shit, and calling me all this shit. I'm like, okay, bro.
That sound like you talking about that dude as a Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, New Orleans niggas is disrespectful, bro. I'm sorry you had to bear, but they the most disrespectful niggas on the earth. I said some New Orleans niggas, bro. They the most disrespectful niggas on the earth, bro.
It's not even that. I don't care because I'm not. It was the niggas. Like you ain't the only like through the army. I'm no niggas, but them niggas wouldn't say shit to me. You know how I am. All right, bro. You know, I get down. That time is.
Well, you at the tech lounge?
That's that ATL.
Right.
I'm not. Again, not ATL.
Oh yeah, you did say that.
Oh my bad.
Even worse.
I'm near you, Chris.
I got me some. I got new wine, Retto. Some shit I just picked up called Baby Blue, another red blend.
Okay.
See how this shit hit. You know what I'm saying? Gotta you know the big ass fucking crystal wine glass.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah, this bitch about to hit.
That sounds good. I need to go. Is the All-Star game about to start?
They're doing the skills challenge right now.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I think what I'm gonna come back on after the game because gotta bring somebody else in. I told I'd have him as a guest later tonight, probably after the All-Star game. But before we go, Chris, I didn't get your take. We did the mock draft to start off the show. I think Kerm had y'all getting Kadarius Toney. I got y'all getting Kwity Paye. What you think about y'all in the draft?
I don't. To be honest, bro, that shit hard. It's hard to.
It is.
I can never predict what the Saints are gonna do because they do moves before to kind of change shit up, right? They could trade back. Like all I can do is say the positions of need as of now. Assuming that they don't resign Hendrickson, we're gonna need another edge rusher. Davenport still, his injury concerns are still like in the air until he plays a full season. You know, you gotta kind of be wary with that. Anzalone gone, and they might cut Quan, but they might bring him back because he got the injury. Depending on whether or not they re-sign Marcus Williams, that'll.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
You know what I'm saying? Quarterback.
They just freed up $13 million in cap space.
Yeah, and we still $50 million over.
Yo, y'all been over for like a decade. Like,
I thought Atlanta was bad.
The way
we had the worst.
The way Mickey worked that cap is something miraculous.
Yeah, well, he can't work that cap like he used to because we took the person who actually helped work the cap.
Well, that's good. I'm glad, but
no, y'all took someone else. He's not the number man. I took someone who was good with. It was Terry Fontenot, right?
Yeah, we took Fontenot, but we took your number man too.
Nah, the number man's still there because they were just talking about.
Because we just fired our number man.
No, the Saints front office, they have a plethora of different personnel. So I'm not like really concerned. Like it's kind of like the Popovich tree, you know what I'm saying? Where they got all these motherfuckers behind Popovich that have their skills and they ready the next man up. So I'm not too concerned. Like if this was like the Saints in the 1990s or some shit like that, yeah. But they've been running the same front office for like the past fucking 15 years, 16 years. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't too concerned. I think they're gonna resign Winston. Troutman is going to be number one, so they're going to have to determine if they need to draft a tight end, which wouldn't surprise me. We could use a replacement for Pete. I don't know why they resigned him. They might trade him, so we could use a better left guard. And we definitely need a speed guy. So it's so many people, bro. Like to be honest, I can't tell you who they may or may not take. I need to look at the mock draft. I need to see update statuses and stuff like that. Like in an ideal world, I would prefer they take it like a Jamar Chase motherfucker, but and just roll with Winston. But it's tough, man. It's tough really to say. I've been wrong every year.
Only reason I took Tony, like only reason I say Kadarius for y'all because y'all need a receiver like that offense technically.
Yeah, we need one.
If he runs that 4.27 like everybody's saying he is.
Oh, yeah.
If he runs that 4.27, I can see him getting picked, y'all, because only like the 3 top receivers gonna be taken in within the first 15 picks, like the first 15 picks. Like Chase is gonna be gone by the top 5. Smith might be gone in the top 10, and Waddle gonna be gone in the top 15.
Yeah.
Because I don't see Terrence Marshall being the first rounder. I see him being a second rounder. So.
Yeah. I just want to say one thing. Ike is the little baby of the league.
We're gonna talk about my headphone. We're gonna talk about I got something tonight. When we come back after this after the All-Star game, we gonna get into this progress report, man, because I top of the list. I got some stuff I just need to know. I got questions for a lot of people, and he's number one on the list. But yeah, we go ahead and wrap it up for this one. I don't want to go on like 2 hours or nothing, but yeah, appreciate y'all joining. Y'all can join the next one too if y'all want. I wish y'all teams in real life no luck, but in Madden, I wish y'all all the luck in the world.
Nick, you better show the progress on them fucking wings you eat, nigga. How about that?
I'm sorry. You see the picture. You see a picture later. I'm still eating.
He left. But shout out to Zion, first All-Star starter. Even though he got built up because Embiid got Joel got COVID or some shit like that.
No,
contact tracing. Him and Ben Simmons.
So fuck it.
But they didn't want to add Trey. They didn't want to add Trey. Even
Trey Young.
Oh. Don't do that. Don't be a hater. Don't be.
I mean, it's empty numbers. We talk about that. We talk about that though. It's just empty numbers, but
empty numbers.
Yeah, we gonna talk. We talk about it on the next show though, because it's about to be All-Star game.
We gonna talk about it during our next mock, you asshole. How about that?
Perfect.
I hope y'all don't get Deshaun, nigga.
Listen,
I hope you have another year of Teddy Bridgewater. How about that?
Listen, the New Orleans Saints took advantage of us. They knew what that man's limitations were, and knowing that we weren't privy to that, we took the bait.
It was out and available in the open. They didn't hide shit.
I'm about to say he played okay. You know what I'm saying?
He played like he did have his moments. Like, and honestly, and this is the last thing I say. He, like they say, like, oh, he's a good guy, he's a great guy, and all that. I have no problem with Teddy until Sunday at 1:00. And the reason why is because he, like, the numbers look good, 70% completion, blah blah blah. But it's just like for the Carolina Panthers and the weapons that we had, I feel like he just wasn't the fit. And the coaches, even though for Brady, that was his guy, I get it, but it's like it wasn't hitting quite the way it could have when we had all them deep threats.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I think his check down with Christian McCaffrey getting hurt, I think it kind of changed everything.
That too, though. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Play with him. He was running a lot more. He was definitely a lot more athletic as opposed to with the Saints. I think he played a lot more. So I mean, even if he doesn't stay with Carolina, he's definitely going to be at least a decent back or something.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And shoot, maybe I mean, I wouldn't rule out that he starts some games for us next season. I don't dislike him. It's just, I guess it's just hard when you come. It's like with Cam and Brady in New England. Like, you can't have a quarterback for 2 decades, let alone one, and then you got this guy, and it's just different.
No, I got you, man. I randomly met him when LSU beat Alabama. We was at this restaurant across the street, and he had a history of like just riding his bike everywhere. And I guess he lives over there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He lives somewhere near there, and somebody gave him a ride, and And he was like, "Is that Teddy Bridgewater?" So I think I posted a picture.
That's
But
dope.
it was like a random occurrence. And actually Thursday, randomly went to this little hole in the wall in Uptown New Orleans. And it's like a little taco spot or whatever. They had like all these pictures of like Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, all that shit, like old pictures. Because you know, they grew up uptown in that area. And as we were leaving, you know, we helped, you know, these old people coming in. And you know, one of the motherfuckers was Archie Manning.
Dang.
So
That's crazy.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah,
But,
that's
you know,
dope.
he had his like cane and shit like that. But yeah,
Archie didn't leave the city. He did it.
No, he lived there.
So his whole family's still in New Orleans.
Yeah, that nigga, he a legend.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody gonna fuck with Archie, man.
Yeah,
I know that, but I'm just saying I'm surprised all the rest of his family, like the rest of the Manning boys, like they still went back to New Orleans. Like,
I mean, it's like it's a small city but it's still like, but it has big city vibes. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to really delay it, but I went out a few weeks ago. I think when I mentioned it, I went to this restaurant, right? Restaurant Revolution, and I, you know, smoked some gas a while back. I mean, right before we got there, but it was so much. However, I never realized how historical the city was. And so I started looking at the buildings. The restaurant's located downtown Borders, near the area. So I'm just looking, bro, and I'm like, man, we live like really like this shit look like the Bahamas. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the architecture of the buildings and the designs and shit like that. And I was hot. I was like so fucking hot. I told my wife, I was like, yo, you ever realize a restaurant is really somebody big ass kitchen in a house? No, I was so fucking hot. But the point I was making, it was like it has a big city vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? I know, you know, Ike likes to get off his little jokes about everything not New York, but everything is different, and different things, you know, you can appreciate. You know, so you can be a big man in the city without having to worry about motherfuckers hounding you down. Because like I said, we just passed Archie Manning, but we ain't like, oh, that's fucking Archie. Can we have your autograph? He was like, oh, that's cool. And we just kept moving. And
it's different stuff though.
Yeah, that's typically how it is. I don't know if I can like move. Like I live in DC. I don't know if I can move to New York. I think that might be like it's just too many things going on. DC was kind of a good little place, but
yeah, that's tight though. Like I know up here, I don't really definitely don't run nobody like that up here. Not it's certainly not like when you're not trying, like you just out and about. Like yeah, won't see Bradley Beal or nobody just out here just cooling. Nah. But
Atlanta, you're gonna run into somebody every time when you downtown Atlanta.
I can't wait to get back to Atlanta for numerous reasons that don't even need to be explained on this. But before we get out, man, I'll let y'all get the last word on this part one for the night.
All right,
well, I was gonna say, man, stay tuned. We got 2 more mocks coming out before the draft, and it's gonna be interesting, especially after these pro days when we get all of them in and we get more information. And hopefully, speaking Madden-wise, hopefully I finish and get a top 3 seed and finally get a damn playoff run. For real. I'm getting tired of fucking keep on getting this first round exit shit out the way, man. This shit is annoying as fuck.
Boy, that cherry is fully intact, but it's all good, man.
Hey, what if I pop that shit? I'm like, what? Yeah, nobody can say shit to me about my playoff game.
Ain't gonna be able to tell Kerm
nothing.
Well, you know what I'm saying? I think he's kind of put it out there. We're trying to figure out an incentive to do for next season. So if anybody got any ideas for anything that can be fairly applied to everyone, not like adjusting the cap or some shit like that, then, you know, put it in, you know, send it to our DMs or put it in the main chat, you know what I'm saying? So we can have an open discussion about it.
Like I said, I'm cool with the new draft class coming, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna take some time. I gotta figure out. I mean, even then, I would have to get everybody's opinion about it. And people have, you know, different feelings about it because of, I think the other Mark, mentioned about people can, access it and stuff like that. So I would try to do something specifically to prevent that from happening by implementing it right before the draft. But then I know it kind of like people don't follow college football, it kind of puts them out of, what I'm saying, out of luck. And depending on when that draft class was created, if it wasn't created, post combine, they could, be different and shit like that. So
yeah,
I mean, we'll figure those things out. So just appreciate everybody just sticking with it. Keep the laughs rolling. You know what I'm saying? Keep it friendly. Man, let's just finish the second half pretty good.
Yeah, man. Sure. One time for the NFC South because we are NFC South fans. Two times for the first half of the season. Big homie Kemp. I'm looking for y'all, man. Y'all gotta do something. Like second half, my eyes are on Cleveland. Chris holding it down. Life,
Yes, sir.
All that.
Yes, sir.
That wine must be good because y'all is hitting the hell out of it right now.
Oh yeah. Well, I've cut back on my drinking, so I only drink on weekends.
Oh, we got the perfect night for it now because this all-star
And
game
then
about to hit.
Yeah, the all-star game about to come on, so nigga about to chill.
I'm about to find something. I'm gonna work on the rest of this check and I'll share the results in a little bit. I'm gonna find me something to go with
it. Chris shaved between show and chicken.
But yeah, man, we be back, man. No Wellin, All-Star Sunday. Stay tuned, man. Progress reports up next. Mach 1.0. Y'all know how we do. All right, y'all.
All right, y'all.